Welcome back, everybody, to another Onward VRML cast. I am your host, TheSkyJoker, and today, this evening, this night, depending on where you reside, we are bringing you Supermind versus Kai, the Season 11 Challenger Cup final. The one that we've been waiting for since last weekend is finally coming to its conclusion. We are currently waiting for the lobby to come up, but we do have some information to go over. I hope everybody is enjoying themselves so far, and I hope we are all catching the action going on venues right now. At least I believe it is on venues. The round robin Group A right now with Nightfire and Theta casting. Current teams over there are Dead Logic, Vikings, Ember, and Raptors. Been some amazing plays and some good caps/cap attempts going on over there. I cannot wait to go catch the action that I'm going to miss while we are catching this action over here. Go ahead and take a look at the format. So we will have a best of 3. However, it's slightly different from normal league play. The format is that the two teams coming from the qualifiers, which is Supermind and Kai, again, best of 3 maps format. Whichever team finishes higher finished higher will start as home, that being Supermind in this case. The home team bams first, then away again, and then home team. And then home team will decide Marsoc over Volk or what map they're going into. So the maps that have been banned out are Sand, Shipyard, Downfall, and Quarantine. So 2 out of 3 large maps, 1 medium, and 1 small map. It looks like Kai was pretty eager to get rid of that long range Downfall and Quarantine, while Supermind were pretty eager to get rid of 2 of the custom maps. I'm just waiting again for the final lobby to come up. We'll get things started here. Curious to see what's everybody's predictions out here. So Supermind were looking pretty hot there on Saturday, again coming out on top of their bracket. The bracket was a little low, as most of the higher level teams, the Diamond and the Masters, came out on Sunday. But I mean, Supermind, they're looking strong, and even though they are only a gold team, I think they're gonna give Kai a run for their money with some of the plays that they brought out. Make sure everything's good to go. I'm going to go ahead and pop this to a brief intermission for now. And as soon as the action comes underway, we will get things back up and running, but I'm not going to hold your attention away from the round robin too much longer. So go ahead and go check out what's going on over there, and we'll be back soon.
VRware. Our passion is for the
Welcome back, everybody. We do have the lobby up and everybody in it. We are just waiting for round 1 to come underway. As you can see on the scoreboard, we are kicking things off on Suburbia. And again, thank you everybody for coming out here. Thank you to all of our sponsors for making these finals possible. Super excited to be here after quite a while of not casting. Unfortunately, I came down with some health issues. I caught strep throat twice in a row in the last couple of months with like a week or two in between. It was not a fun time. But I am back in full swing. My throat is mostly recovered, just enough for me to feel comfortable to come out and get some casts in for the finals. I was supposed to be there in the Challenger Cup with Nightfire, but unfortunately that was whenever I caught the second round. But here we are now. Hopefully that is not one of those things that comes in threes, and the worst of it is behind me. We'll wait for Kai and Supermind to prep out their strategies on how they're going to go about this. Again, this is a best of 3 maps. This is not the single map elimination that we saw before. So they do have some wiggle room in their strategies. It's a little bit less pressure as they can come back from some pretty hard rounds and some loss. So it should be okay. I suspect we're going to see mostly close range and mid range, as 2 out of 3 long range has been dropped out. I don't think anybody's going to try for that third long range map being Snow Peak. Except, actually, I do believe Deadshot is a typical sniper. So I could be wrong on that. Supermind might actually try, and that might be part of the reason why Kai got rid of or used their 2 bans on 2 of the large maps, is because of that sniper threat. Waiting for things to get kicked off here. Go ahead and hop into the gameplay view just to allow everyone to see what's going on here. So we are starting with one of the quote-unquote newer objectives in the sand pit. One of those community added objectives from a while back. And as far as rosters go, let me get a dark background in so everybody can see this. We've got on the side of Kai coming in Etch, Dyslexic Dazzler, Rob, Base Slappa, and R. Semper. On the side of Supermind, we got Deadshot, Game Reaper, Airborne Syphilis, Epino, and Physics. Gonna be in some interesting plays coming out here. I wonder if we're gonna see another knife fight, as Deadshot has brought out his knife in both or the last 2 seasons, this season and last season, of the Challenger Cup. We'll see if he does it again, and we don't have to wait too much longer as you hear the round start timer and the players spawning in.
Let's catch him out first. 7, 12.
Early pre-fire coming out down the lane. Not too uncommon here on Suburbia. Not quite finding anybody, though. Pino getting aggressive down the center to middle house. Dead shot as well. Going to try and challenge the team. And a trade comes out right in the center. That's going to be a 4-4, but still no kill count here. Pino knows that Deadshot has gone down, but neither team has seen an enemy body. After that early aggression, we're seeing a bit of a stalemate here. Rob with the pre-fire under the APC. And Etch, more pre-fire down the center. Etch just called out the trade, though. So good kill count on for Kai. And it's just pre-fire back and forth here. Just poking. A little bit of poking at the defense. A little bit of poking at the offense. Oh, but Pino manages to shut down the poke from Rob. But a nice grenade from Etch. Gonna shut down Grim Reaper's position, but the revive easily comes out. And that position is back on. Grim Reaper now weakened from the grenade and the revive, though. He's gonna be an easy kill if anybody gets a shot onto him. Go ahead and take a look at... Oh, as I was going to say, that base slap is flank coming down on lane 4. Manages to catch one out on the side behind the box. Now going to find Airborne. Down to a 2v3 situation now. Grim Reaper and Pino. Pino still up here in the center. Needs to be looking out for that objective push as the smoke comes out. Pino's in a really good ambush spot. Etch might not be ready for it. He's looking. But will he look backwards? More smoke right on objective. Ace looking for the shots. He has to have an idea that Grim Reaper's there, and he finds the shots. Now just down to Pino. But Base Slapper with a nice swing gonna find the second. And Kai commandingly takes round number 1. Base Slapper doing the work from lane number 4. See if we can get a replay of that mid-round fight there with the grenade. Pino with a nice pick onto Rob. And then an instant grenade across the map from Etch. Right onto Grim Reaper's position. And we're going to give that to Kai. Solid encirclement. I think what Supermind needed was a bit more cross coverage and communication. I think they were just a little bit too peaky. The trades were really catching them off. And Kai just did a really good job, again, poking and prodding, and then the nice flank from Base Slapper. The defense from Supermind wasn't efficient enough at boxing in the offense, so they left open a really key rotation from base to come all the way out here onto red car and catch 2 of them in the side. The person behind this Hesco box just not prepared for such a rotation. Again, there was no coverage on this street, so they had all the opportunity in the world for that flank. We're gonna go ahead and hop into round number 2 here.
Knives out. There's a reset. Come here.
Oh.
No. Come here.
Okay, so never mind on the round number 2, but reset comes out and Dazzler the only one to die on Kai. Almost like a sacrificial lamb to the gods of Onward. Or more specifically, Dante's llama. The llama accepts your sacrifice graciously, Kai. As we hopefully hop into the actual round number 2.
Blade to blade, right? Steel to steel. So Sniper, can you cross?
Like a 3-2 split coming out from Supermind here. All right, we're going to get a quick pre-fire from Dazzler down the center here. Gonna find one. Finds one, ducks down immediately, doesn't push his luck. And that gives them an early numbers advantage. Nade coming out to the corner of Burning, doesn't quite find its mark. And now this is going to be a problem. So Dazzler poked out, got the kill, tucked in, and now Supermind knows they have somebody to deal with there. And they're going to have to burn time trying to dig Dazzler out. This guerrilla warfare is something we see a lot of in Onward. And it's very tough to deal with when done correctly. And now if you look at these lasers, all of these crossing lines, everybody watching each other's back. Rob watching Dazzler's back. Dazzler watching Rob's back. Our Semper watching the long cross. With Etch watching, again, the other long cross that Supermind left open in the previous round. Just this geometry of coverage. There's almost no way for them to get a kill without getting refragged. Pinot. Oh, Rob with a nice long shot right onto Deadshot, trying to make a cross down lane 3. Dazzler finding another down in the center. Down to just a Pinot and Airborne now. Another grenade doesn't quite find its mark. Airborne's gonna try his luck at this cross, but our Semper is ready for it. Now down to just a Pinot with the callouts from Deadshot, but Rob manages to shut that down. Getting the final kill for Kai in round number 2. Kai just doing a superb job at the coverage. Again, the geometry of angles that we saw in the lines that were being held. Had a little bit of a brain freeze there. I mean, Kai had their angles. They knew what they were watching. When one person went down, they could easily cover the angle that was lost. And Supermind just had trouble digging them out, and those grenades just not quite on the marks that they needed to be on. As we now move objectives over here to the southern tank, this one's going to be interesting to watch, as both sides of the tank are hot zones for caps. And hop into gameplay view and check out the scoreboard here. Let me get a dark background again so we can see it clearly. Coming in strong here. Supermind just struggling to gain some traction in these early rounds. But as we mentioned early on, this is a best of 3 similar to League. So a loss does not mean the end of the world.
So it was YMCA we settled on, right?
We saw Kai in a lobby before this map or before this match, getting warmed up. Maybe Supermind isn't quite as hot and on the ball as Kai is, and it's just going to take a couple rounds for them to get there.
Looking through the little door window.
Dazzler leading the charge up the center here. We're definitely going to have to split our attention. Dazzler finds one. Grim Reaper on the side of Middle House. Rob in a great supporting angle here. Dazzler gets to confirm. Rob looking for Deadshot in the window. Deadshot's going to risk the peek. Base slapper shuts that down. Etch looking for the pokes. Not going to find him. Now down to a Pino to hold down the center of Middle House. And he is effectively surrounded here. Physics finds Dazzler. Trying to take or control center house. Now Physics rotating all around the objective. Apino just waiting for our Semper to push his luck. Oh, our Semper finds one, but the refrag comes out. Now in a 2v3, Apino and Syphilis in a great duo position here, watching each other's back. It's going to all come down to timing between Etch and Rob here on the flanks. Airborne's going to push his luck onto Etch, but Etch comes out on top with the quick reflexes. And Apino, last man up here, going to get shut down again by Etch with the nice peek around the corner. Kai taking their 3rd point. We're seeing some amazing teamwork coming out from Kai. You can tell they have rehearsed these plays. They have practiced this. They have worked together for some time now. And they are just on the money. They are in sync. They know what to do. They know where their teammates are. The communication is there. And they know where to be when they need to be there. Welcome everybody in chat who is here watching. I know there's plenty of action in Onward going on right now. So be sure to flip between everything that's going on between this Challenger Cup final and the Group A of Round Robin Finals. This is for, well, not this particular match, but these next couple of days, today and tomorrow, are for all of the marbles here. The full shebang of a prize pool that we have going on. 14,000 US dollars in total, over $10,000 in cash. One of the biggest that we have seen in the VRML. But I can't bore your ears off too much longer with that information because we are hopping in to round number 4.
Don't ever go on X Factor, Deadshot.
dragged him right off that call out.
Curious to see where we go from here. I believe this was Kai's map pick, so it's gonna be Supermind's map pick. I'm gonna guess Snow Peak. I think Deadshot's gonna want to snipe. It's either that or Cargo. Those are my two thoughts. It's either we're gonna go long range for Snow Peak to try and get the range advantage, or we're gonna see Cargo and Supermind's gonna try and out aggro Kai. That's where I see this going. Looks like they're taking a bit of time to work out exactly what they want to do. After a pretty hard hit like that, they have to be wondering, where can we go in order to try and turn the tide here? And of course, they take it somewhere just to prove the caster wrong. We're going to go to one of my favorite maps. And, you know, quite publicly, my team's all-time favorite. We're going to Subway. And it is no wonder that it is a favorite amongst my team. This map just brings so much to the table. The coordination, the tight corridors. It's such a great map. It's got everything. Everything but long range. It does not have the long range. However, it makes up for that. This team very heavily complements teamwork styles. The styles where you're going to coordinate, you're going to sync up, you're going to stage up attacks. That's what this is all about. Can flank on this map, however, flanky styles are pretty easy to counter. But it is possible. An overall great map. And it's curious that Supermind is going to bring Kai to this map, because as we saw, Kai is all about syncing, staging, and forming up with each other. What this map is all about. So I gotta wonder, what's in Supermind's head here? What does Supermind have up their sleeve that gives them the confidence to bring Kai to this map? We're gonna find out, and hopefully soon, as we wait for both teams to get in the lobby. We do have one missing from Kai. And we actually had a sub-in for Supermind. I'm wondering if Kai is doing the same thing. We have Riptide UK coming in for Supermind. Waiting on the 5th for Kai. While we're waiting on that, I'll go ahead and drop my cap camera. Make sure we can snap back to the objective. at any given time. All right. Waiting on that 5th. I don't have anything stating there's an issue, so hopefully it gets there soon. But in the meantime, you feel free to go check out whatever's happening on the Venues Cast, VR Master League on Twitch. And make sure you don't miss any of that round robin action. All right, so we do have all 5 from both teams. We do have Engage coming in for Kai here. So both teams have actually subbed in new players based on the map. An awesome thing I love to see out of teams, map-based rosters. It really allows for change in dynamics, change in plays, and it almost keeps the enemy team guessing because it makes you wonder, what is this new player going to bring to the table? And with another player leaving, how is that going to change things? Thank you, Ramen, for raising the false alarm and worrying me. I appreciate you wholeheartedly through and through. And the Joker. I don't have technical difficulties. I am 100% perfect all the time on the caster deck. We just keep having people drop and come back, drop and come back. So I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Oh, I do have a message. Oh, we do have a timeout coming out. So we're going to go to a brief intermission. And again, be sure to go check out the action that's going on VR Master League or Venues in the round robin. And we'll be right back.
are aware. Our passion is for the
the sharpest tool
Oh
in
shit,
the
it's a
shed.
bad spawn.
Thanks,
She
man.
was
Everybody,
looking
it's
kinda
a
I
wrong
appreciate
spawn.
it.
It's the wrong spawn, guys. Come on.
And as you can hear with the singing, we are back into the Challenger Cup final round number 2, or round number 1 of map number 2. As we move into a 3-2 split coming out from Supermind onto the market objective. Let's take a look at the defense we have set up here. Engage taking up the rear. Dazzler and our Semper taking up the alleyway out there in the east. Base Slappa holding down the north. A very meta positioning here. Dazzler going to be poking his way through our Semper as well, watching the other cross. Engage, kind of the final man up. The emergency position, so to speak. And Etch gonna be the first one to engage here in the corner. And he's actually gonna be potentially fighting off potentially the whole team. If those two opt to rotate down the west alley and then all three of the members here come up the stairwell. This is gonna be interesting. Does he have a C4? No, he is running a rifleman setup here. I don't think anybody gave him a C4 either. Oh, we do have a clacker from Engage. Not sure where that's going to be, though. Could be over here. Yep, there it is. Right on the archway. So that is a secondary position to Etch. If Etch goes down, it now comes down to that C4 placement to cover the push-in. So Etch is effectively all alone. Base Slappa as well. However, he is not going to be useful in the play until he rotates back. So it is now just down to really Etch to hold off this initial attack as he tucks in and awaits his destiny. And without player outlines, this is all the enemy is going to see. It's going to be very tough to tick him out without night vision. You can get a bit of a night vision boost here on the caster side with the brightness, so we can see a bit better what's happening. Quick peek. Smoke right onto Etch's position. Gonna force him to rotate off of that. A perfect smoke. Now Etch moves to a secondary location behind the dumpster. Etch gets the call out. Great communication. Grenade goes up and over. Not gonna go where he wanted it to. We're gonna have to stay on this. Etch gonna rotate to the rest of his team. He does not want to be cut off from them. And now they have given up that alley approach. They are gonna give Supermind a lot of real estate here to move up as the three-man team makes their way. It's just a matter of, does Etch stay tucked into this corner or does he poke around to try and get some picks? That's what this is going to come down to. Actually, as glitchy as this is a pretty nice angle to flop around. I'll drop a camera here. Pino coming up right on the other side of Etch here. And it looks like Supermind is staging up for a coordinated push. Again, keeping our attention split here. Deadshot's gonna try his luck on the corner. He manages to stay alive and keep our Semper down. And here comes a Pino gonna challenge Etch. Push is coming out on both sides. Dazzler shuts down one. Etch gonna try his luck and gets shut down as a push out. Deadshot right on objective. He's tablet out now. Engage needs to be reacting to this. Tablet out. Bass Slapper with the quick reflexes manages to rotate back and shut that down. And then goes down on objective. Now down to just Engage here against three members of Supermind, all staging up. 40 seconds left on the clock. That C4 is going to play a big role. Engage just waiting. Manages to catch Riptide in the center. Apino with tablet out. Engage finds one, but he's rotating around looking for Apino, and he finds him before the code gets punched in. And Kai manages to take the point with base slappers callouts, making sure Apino couldn't get that code in. And unfortunately, the replay did not get grabbed of that amazing moment, as we give Kai their much-deserved point. Wow. At first, it looked like it was Kai's. Then it looked like it was Supermind's. Then it was Kai's, Supermind's, the back and forth. And then Supermind had the objective. They were solid. They had the timing. They were staged up. They synced in their assault. And then they just... Their final execution just wasn't strong enough. Kai managed to hold strong. And now we're going to move on to Supermind's defensive round. And here we go, prepping in for the next round.
So Elbon, you push north, Elbon. Yes, you stay
Elbon,
here,
push
you stay
north.
there, you stay there.
Let's go, baby.
No, we'll clear trash can. Don't worry about trash can. You have to clear the
Crossing.
alley across from me. That's what you have to worry about.
A very aggressive push coming out from Kai here, as they have commandingly taken this alleyway area. Take a look at the defensive setup here. Similar, however, more condensed than Kai was here. Deadshot taking position on the dumpster. Gonna wait for a cross to come out. Kind of going back and forth. Making sure getting full coverage. And the rest of Supermind tucked in to the market for the most part. We actually have Airborne Syphilis in the exact same spot Base Slappa was in the previous round. Gonna play a key role late game. Check out Dazzler as he creeps around this corner. And be splitting our attention. Pretty sure we hear Etch in the background quarterbacking his team. Dazzler manages to find Apino with a nice peek. C4 gets blown up a little prematurely. Free fire into the dumpster. Not going to find anybody. And now it's down to Deadshot to defend this alleyway here. Deadshot finds Etch, while Dazzler manages to find Reaper on the other side. Dazzler looking for Riptide. Riptide peeking around, trying to get the return fire. Neither of which finding their marks. Dazzler finds Riptide poking out on the rotation. Oh, Deadshot narrowly gets across and finds Dazzler. But our Semper finds him in the back with a quick refrag. Syphilis with the pre-fire. Gonna get shot in the side, and our Semper cleans things up for Kai, giving them their second point of map number 2. now we move objectives. Solid work from Kai. Once again, the encirclement and the execution. Supermind just cannot deal with all of these variables happening at the same time in different directions. But now, I think this next objective... Oh, we are moving... Okay, we are moving to middle platform objective. Again, this one's going to play in Kai's hand as it's going to require a lot of reaction and rotation from Supermind. And that's what they've been struggling with as of late. Kai is going to have a lot of opportunity, again, to entrap and circle and come from various angles, which has been their specialty so far. We'll go ahead and hop into the gameplay view so everybody can check out the stats. Deadshot coming in with the 4 kills, leading his team and the lobby so far.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
going
Lewis
south.
north, engage south. Daz. This is for you, Lewis. Lewis, I'm doing this for you. Lewis, you watch me win, okay? Okay, you watch this. You watch me win. And that
Yeah,
pistol,
show
sorry.
how you're proud of your little brother or something.
You hear that, Lewis? Riptide is doing this for you. For you, Lewis.
That's sad, Nate. You want me to be off?
I know, right? No, definitely not.
We're gonna watch. Yeah, this goes out. Dazzler with a very aggressive early angle, but Apino's not gonna fall for it. Take a look at Engage's position here. South stairs, not gonna find any marks there. It's Etch that we're gonna have to keep an eye on as Riptide and Deadshot come around the back. Deadshot just yelling C4 for no reason to try and fake out anybody with a C4.
One guy definitely basement.
No, he's not.
Yeah, you are definitely here. Hey, Edge, what's up? Basement -3 near to the south main road.
Etch going to tell them that he's in the basement, but then rotate off of it. This is a nice play from Etch. So Etch made them aware that he was there and then silently left it. So Supermind is going to assume that he's still there, and they're going to waste a lot of time, again, trying to deal with somebody that isn't there.
In the tunnels, though.
Oh, man. Absolutely faked him out. We're going to have to move our camera even. Compensate for that movement. Oh, and the shots as I was about to go on to Dazzler's camera. Manages to catch Apino. That's going to shut down the lower tunnel. Apino really needed to wait a bit longer for more action and noise to come out from the top end. What is Game Reaper looking at? So Game Reaper's first target's going to be our Semper here. Will our Semper spot him out? Our Semper is just ahead. Just a little head. He ducks down. Looking for Game Reaper, and he finds him. That's going to shut down the horseshoe push.
I know you hear me.
Dazzler talking to nobody. And now singing to nobody. Dazzler is confirmed crazy as Etch comes into a 1v2. Finds one, doesn't find the other. Instant refrag from Riptide.
It's just us two. 2 minutes left.
Dazzler manages to shut down this cross from Airborne, leaving it all up to Riptide. Pretty sure our Semper has made that call out, so Dazzler should be prepared to back him up. I just throw some smoke to gain attention and is going to back off of that approach and come in from the north side. And your caster is going to run into a cement beam. The real danger is going to be Base Slappa in the back of Riptide, who effectively finds the final kill and gives Kai their 3rd point on map number 2, and just about securing them the series. Go ahead and give them that much deserved point against Supermind. Brought them to Subway. Supermind is clearly rehearsed on Subway, as you could see, they were staging up efficiently. They knew where to be, when to be, to complement each other. Kai is just, they've got the edge. They have a better understanding of how to counter those. And I think their defenses are just a little bit stronger than Supermind's offenses. And I think Supermind's defense just isn't designed to deal with the aggression and the team coordination that Kai is bringing to the table. They just don't have the reaction capabilities required to counter it. And I think that is why Kai is just ruling superior right now. They have that edge of team coordination and team skill. You have a drop from Supermind here as we take a look at the leaderboard again. To be delaying the 4th round. This could be the final round of the series. This is a best out of 3. And since it is not for MMR like League is, if Kai take map number 2, I believe that's it. I don't think there is anything left to play for. Once this map is done, it is done. If Kai comes out on top. Sorry for the delay, folks. Again, just waiting for this 5th player to come back into the action. I'm going to go ahead and drop us into an intermission so y'all can keep your eyes on the round robin going on. And we'll be back as soon as the action comes back.
Why is it? No risky cap, no risky cap. 178, 89, 85.
We are back in on the action. No risky cap coming out. Kai is going to take their chances with the kill. They are 3-0, so cannot blame them for that decision.
No, you don't.
Cap is not needed.
You don't see me. You don't hear me. You know what? You can't see anything anymore.
Riptide.
Feel now. I smoked him, guys.
We're going to drop a camera here as this is going to be a key position if Dazzler manages to take down Riptide up here. We're going to move on over here at Horseshoe. Going to come down to Deadshot to hold down this angle. And we're going to take a look at Etch here, who's peeking in the north. And then we have as well as a south coverage from what looks like our Semper. We now have coverage from all 4 locations here. 4 different angles of attack. Beautiful, beautiful peek and prod. Deadshot looked like he had it, but Base Slappa with the quick flick on the gun manages to find the kill. Our Semper gonna find a clean work or a clean path down the south stairs. It's really gonna have to be when a Pino comes into play as a trade on objective comes out from the north onto Physics, gonna weaken the defense on the objective and force a Pino to focus down in the north. Check on Engage and Base Slappa now. Like Dazzler has opted to rotate out of this area and go to the basement. And I believe his final approach is going to be up these stairs. So we're going to rotate that camera over here a little bit. Etch is down on this camera. So we're focused now on 3 angles of attack. Oh, a beautiful smoke onto Game Reaper's position. Only going to shut down half of the tunnel, though. Shots from our Semper find a rotating Apino. Down to a 4v2.5. Game Reaper eagerly trying to get this kill through the smoke. Grenade comes out. Nice flashbang. Base Slapper's going to push that. And Riptide, with good coverage, manages to save Grim Reaper. Dazzler finds the confirm onto physics on objective there. Riptide now has a lot to worry about. Oh, Game Reaper with the TK onto Riptide. And now Engage pushes the corner, but Grim Reaper manages to shut that down. Our Semper now looking for the kill, and he finds it. Wow. So much happening, but Kai takes the final point to claim map number 2 of the series with another 4-0 commanding lead. And I believe that finalizes everything for the Challenger Cup final. As we see everybody filtering out of the lobby, that is it. Kai take the final seat, the 8th slot, the wild card. 8-0 against Supermind. Beautiful, beautiful work from the likes of Kai. And a great series overall. They did an outstanding job in the Challenger Cup, and then they came and did work in the final. Thank you all for joining me, and again, thank you all to the sponsors for making this possible. And I can't wait to catch y'all back here for the action tomorrow to finish off the season. We'll catch y'all next time. And I hope you all have a great evening, night, day, morning, wherever you're at. GG's. See y'all next time. Go ahead and run that highlight reel. We'll run out of here. Good luck, folks. Poking at the defense. A little bit of poking at the offense. Oh, but Epino manages to shut down the poke from Rob. But a nice grenade from Ed. Everyone's going to try his luck at this cross, but our Semper is ready for it. Now down to just Epino with the callouts from Deadshot, but Rob managed. Rob looking for Deadshot in the window. Deadshot's going to risk the peek. Control center house. Now physics rotating all around the objective. Epino just waiting for our Semper to push his luck. Oh, our Semper finds one, but they're watching each other's back. It's going to all come down to timing between Etch and Rob here on the flanks. Airborne's going to push his luck on it. And now it's down to Deadshot to defend this alleyway here. Deadshot finds that. Peeking around, trying to get the return fire. Neither of which finding their marks. Dazzler finds Riptide poking out on the rotation. Oh, Deadshot narrowly gets across and finds Dazzler. But our Semper finds him in the back with the... Oh, Deadshot narrowly gets across and finds Dazzler. But our Semper finds him in the back with the quick refrag. Syphilis with the pre-fire, gonna get shot in the side, and our Semper. Just a little head. He ducks down. Looking for Game Reaper, and he finds him. Dazzler is confirmed crazy as Etch comes into a 1v2. Finds one, doesn't... real danger is going to be base slapper in the back of Riptide. 4 locations here. 4 different angles of attack. Eagerly trying to get this kill through the smoke. Grenade comes out. A nice flashbang. Base Slapper's gonna push that. And Riptide with good firm onto physics on objective there. Riptide now has a lot to worry about. Oh, Game Reaper. Oh, Game Reaper with the TK onto Riptide. And now Engage pushes the corner, but Grim Reaper manages to shut that hide. And now Engage pushes the corner, but Grim Reaper manages to shut that down. Our Semper now looking for the kill, and he finds it. Poking at the defense, a little bit of poking at the offense.